Hi, this is Tom Malloy. Today we're talking about optioning a book or life story rights for a movie. Hi, my name is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies. I've produced at the time of this video 16 films. I've written 30 plus screenplays, optioned, sold, or made into movies 24 of those screenplays, and I've starred in a bunch of movies. So I'm an encyclopedia on filmmaking. All right, today we're talking about optioning a book for a movie or a life story, right? So I did a video way back on optioning a screenplay and how that works. And it's very similar, but there's just a little couple different nuances. Meaning, an option, I want to go back and define this. An option is when you have a special contract. It's an option contract you can get from any entertainment attorney where you're saying you have the option to make it. Like let's say this book, and you sign the option contract for a specific amount of money, and you have the rights to try to make that into a screenplay and try to make it into a film for a term, right? Meaning it could be, say, 2 or 3 years or something like that. And understand with the option contract is that if you don't successfully make that into a film within that term, then the rights revert back to the original writer. So let's say that you want this book and you want to option that because you ultimately want to make it into a film. So you option it. Obviously, you have to make it into a screenplay first. And so you option it to have the right to make it into a screenplay and then the right to make it in the book. In the option contract, it'll state that the person can't then try to sell it to other people. You know, and I want Tom making a screenplay and I also want Bob and Julie, all these people making a screenplay. Doesn't work that way, right? That's what the option contract prevents, is that they've optioned it to you. Now, it happens. I mean, there's been times where I've optioned screenplays and nothing happened with it. So there was a screenplay in existence. I put an option contract together, tried to get it going, it didn't work. It went back to the writer. And that's what you have to understand, is that all option contracts are not going to automatically work out. The key is you can get an option on lesser known products for $0, or basically you put $1 in the contract and you don't actually give the person $1. It's just a symbolic thing, right? So it's not always about having heavy finances to try to option something, but if it's going to be something like a life story or a book that's out there and has a fan base, then you're going to have to pay, right? So I remember one time being a young writer and reading a book of short stories by a very famous mystery author. And I said, oh, God, one of these stories I'd really like to make into a movie. And so what I did is I reached out directly to the writer, just found it, and I'd said, hey, listen, here's who I am. I'd like to make one of your short stories into a film. He said, that sounds great. Here's my agent. I called the agent, talked to him, and he said, yes, well, this is what this writer got on the last option. Now, at the time, it was a big number, right? So it's not always that way. Sometimes an agent or manager will say, take a shot. I'll make us an offer, and then you offer $5,000 or something like that to be able to make it into something. The same goes true for life rights. Say you meet somebody and he's got this incredible story, or she's done these amazing things, and you go, this would make a great movie. The same thing. The option contract is the same. You're basically saying, can I have the option to make this into a movie, your life story, and you don't try to sell your life story to anybody else in this time period until I'm successful or unsuccessful at doing it. And so that's really what it is. Again, if you need an option contract, go to any great entertainment attorney. They could put it together for you. But it's a great way to know that stories, books, even older movies that are foreign films that you want to bring in and remake in the United States, or life rights, are optionable. You can option these things to make that into a movie for you, and many times it doesn't cost that much money at all. If you want more videos and training on filmmaking, check out the link below. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.